y'all, man. Whoa. This is my sister. For everybody that does not know, y'all know. Now, this is my heart. This is my sister. I'm Minaj to the death. Make some noise for my girl.
Broken silence changed my fucking life. I was like, I always loved Foxy, but when she put out Broken Silence, I knew that you were an innovator, an intelligent, beautiful, feisty, crazy sometimes, but ahead of your time. And Foxy, I want to thank you for really being one of my biggest influences in the game.
Nicki Minaj and Foxy Brown have always shown love to each other. That's been clear for years. But now the energy around them feels different. Instead of just mutual respect, it looks like they might be lining up on the same side against a powerful name in the industry. And yes, the name people keep whispering about is Jay-Z. Some reports claim the two rappers believe certain people were used behind the scenes to hold them back during key moments in their careers. One name that always comes up in those rumors? Lil Kim. According to the chatter, Kim allegedly played a role in some of the drama that surrounded them for years. Now, people are saying Nicki and Foxy could be linking up to finally speak on what really went down back then. If that's true, this could shake up a lot of old stories that fans thought were already settled. When Annika hinted that she was ready to challenge Jay-Z, some fans believed she wasn't just talking about him alone. The message sounded bigger than that. It hinted that anyone still standing in his corner might also get pulled into the conversation. One thing that has never really been in doubt is the bond between Foxy Brown and Nicki Minaj. Their friendship has been talked about for years, and there are plenty of moments that show how loyal they are to each other. For example, when Nicki faced heavy criticism online over her political comments, Foxy didn't stay quiet. She actually jumped into the comment section of a post supporting Nicki and backed her up. A fan had written, "Finally, intelligence is paramount," praising Nicki's bold stance. Foxy clearly showed she was standing by her friend.
How old were you when you fell in love with your favorite artist? Were you like, you know what I mean? Like, we all were young.
And you grow up with them.
And you grow up loving them. So I love Foxy to this day. You know how young I was when I fell in love with her?
Yeah.
And that's why you can't tell me nothing about her right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they mad. They mad because there's that unbreakable bond, because my fans have grown up with me, you know? And so it just feels like, you know, we went to junior high and...
At the same time, stories about the old tension between Foxy Brown and Lil Kim started resurfacing again. Some people believe that rivalry wasn't just a simple rap feud. According to industry rumors, it may have been influenced by bigger players behind the scenes. What makes the situation even more wild is that Foxy Brown and Lil Kim were once extremely close. They both grew up in Brooklyn and even attended the same high school. Back then, they shared the same dream of making it big in music. The two would record demo tapes together and spend hours on the phone talking about how they were going to get signed one day. They were chasing the same goal and pushing each other forward. Then fate did something strange. Their careers took off almost at the same exact time. Their debut albums even dropped only 1 week apart. On top of that, their styles and sound had a lot of similarities, which instantly caused fans and media outlets to compare them. And then there was the outfit drama. Both Kim and Foxy ended up wearing the same jumpsuit on album artwork. People still argue about how that happened. Some say one borrowed it from the other. Others say it was just a crazy coincidence. Either way, it reportedly created serious tension between them. From that point forward, things started to get messy. As their careers grew, the rivalry between Foxy Brown and Lil Kim only got more intense. Of course, the whole situation between Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim didn't just appear overnight. For years, it has been a back and forth filled with diss tracks, interviews, and a lot of people choosing sides. Both artists have taken shots at each other in different songs, and the tension has been impossible to ignore. One moment that really added fuel to the drama happened while Lil Kim was serving time in prison. During that period, Diddy started working with Nicki Minaj. When reporters asked him about the collaboration, his response shocked a lot of people. He reportedly said Nicki was his artist, while Lil Kim was not, which many fans felt publicly distanced him from Kim. That comment alone stirred up plenty of talk in the industry. But the tension didn't stop there. Around that same time, Nicki, who was still a rising mainstream star, appeared on a Diddy track with Dirty Money, and listeners quickly noticed lines that seemed like subtle jabs aimed at Lil Kim. And to be fair, Kim has also fired back many times over the years. She has released songs and interviews where she openly criticized Nicki.
106 tweeted, would Lil Kim ever do a very long-awaited collaboration with Foxy Brown after all these years? No. No? Why? No? Oh.
So many
Now,
beefs.
you know,
That would be a hell to the no.
yeah.
To
Now,
quote
you
the
know,
woman.
when, people don't change, it's like, I'm a very forgiving person, but, at this point, I don't really see the point.
Making it clear that the rivalry between them was very real. On the surface, it might look like Foxy Brown, Nicki Minaj, and Lil Kim were simply caught up in the kind of competition that happens all the time in the music business. But according to Nicki, the story behind the scenes may be much deeper than people realize. Recently, Nicki has been extremely vocal about her belief that powerful industry figures have worked against her career. One name she has mentioned several times is Jay-Z. She has claimed that certain artists were pushed forward strategically in ways that made things harder for her. Not long ago, Nicki even went on a heated online rant where she accused Jay-Z and the streaming service Tidal of unfair business dealings. She said she was offered a large payout that she felt was meant to keep her quiet about the situation. Nicki also shared an interview featuring Demery Hadley, who is the estranged daughter of Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. In that interview, Demery made serious claims about the company's influence in the music industry. She said, "They've attacked her husband, they've attacked her son, and it should really scare the American people because they are dangerous." Those statements quickly spread across social media and added even more tension to the conversation. And during Nicki's recent online clash with Megan Thee Stallion, she also suggested that Megan was being heavily supported by Jay-Z's Roc Nation in ways that worked against her own success. Nicki wrote, "Spending so much money, but she's the little broke independent artist. Desiree, you gotta let it go, baby. The world knows she can't rap. Stop trying to make fetch happen. I just put out a song with no promo, no video. It's already #2. According to ongoing rumors, some fans now believe that years ago, Lil Kim may have also been part of the industry rivalry that affected both Nicki Minaj and Foxy Brown. For years, there have been rumors floating around about why Foxy Brown's career didn't reach the level many people expected, even though her talent was undeniable. Some stories claim powerful industry figures may have distanced themselves from her after their working relationship went bad. One name that often comes up in those rumors is Jay-Z. According to long-running industry gossip, Foxy was very young when she first entered the music scene, and people from her neighborhood have claimed that older artists were often around during that time. Some former classmates have even said they remember famous rappers showing up to pick her up from school. One of the names people mention in those stories is Jay-Z, and sometimes Biggie's name comes up as well.
Minaj has nothing to do with going against Kim. When Kim works with other producers, when she raps with other artists, I'm not getting upset. It's not a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And hold on, let me get finished. I think that a lot of us that have been here for a long time, including yourself, Flex.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We have inspired a lot of people.
Yes.
We have motivated a lot of people. We have touched a lot of people in a certain way. We've been those cats that people have aspired to be. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be around Nicki if I ever heard nothing ever negative said about Kim. You know what I'm saying? I never heard nothing like that. But then when it comes to just being an MC, that's when I gotta stand back. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they want to do things and be MCs, that's their business. I'm not with any negativity. I'm not with no beef. You know what I'm saying? And I love both of them. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, right now, Nicki Minaj, that's who my artist is. That's who I consult. That's who I do business with. I no longer do business with Kim on that.
However, supporters of Foxy have often said her connection with Biggie was more about music and friendship. The rumors about Jay-Z, though, have always sparked more speculation. Fans have also pointed to some of the lyrics Foxy performed early in her career. She started recording music as a teenager, and some listeners felt the themes in certain songs sounded very mature for someone so young. Because of that, people have questioned who was writing the lyrics and shaping her image at the time. For example, in one track, she performed lines like, "Ain't no one like the one I got, no one can F you better, sleeps around, but he gives me a lot, keeps you in diamonds and leathers." Lines like that made some fans raise their eyebrows years later. Another moment people often bring up involves the song Il Nana. Jay-Z was credited as one of the writers connected to the track. In part of the lyrics, it says, "First the mansion, then the yacht, sound proper, straight cash, got bloodhounds trying to hunt down the brown fox." Over time, critics started pointing to moments like these as signs that Foxy's early career was heavily influenced by powerful figures around her. Whether those interpretations are accurate or not, the conversation has followed her for decades. Now, some fans believe these old stories may be resurfacing again because Nicki Minaj has been speaking more openly about industry politics. According to speculation online, Nicki may be interested in working with Foxy Brown to talk about some of the things that happened behind the scenes in earlier eras of hip-hop. Nicki has already hinted more than once that she is willing to challenge powerful people in the industry. She even suggested in past posts that she would collaborate with others if it meant exposing behavior she believes harmed artists. At one point during the heavy public discussion around Diddy, Nicki also suggested that attention was being redirected toward her on purpose. She wrote on X, "They gotta keep the conversation on me so that no one asks about these charges against their BFF." She also questioned whether people remembered older situations involving several figures in the music world, referencing events connected to Aaliyah, Foxy Brown, Kim Porter, and Cassie. Her post implied that many stories from the past were never fully addressed. Nicki even claimed that certain industry figures move like a rat pack, suggesting that powerful allies protect each other behind the scenes. She warned that those involved should speak openly before she decides to reveal more information herself. Because of those comments, fans now believe Nicki might be collecting information about past industry events.
Has been through some trauma and some abuse with Rock Nation, with Desiree Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things. Again, is hearsay, right? So it doesn't even matter. And that's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. If I have the opportunity to speak with Nicki, would love to connect with her on that. But I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've they've abused her. They've abused of her platform. They've abused her talents. They've abused of her freedom of speech. They've abused her family. They've attacked her husband. They've attacked her child. And it's sad. It's really sad. Somebody so resourceful, talented, high profile as Nicki Minaj being targeted. It should really scare the American people. It should really scare you guys too, right? Because I'm the daughter, so it's like at this point, if it's happening to me, I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it, because I think she's almost seeing it like, well, it happened to me, it's happening to her. Let me speak up on it. Nobody is safe right now.
Social media speculation says she could eventually release more details or speak publicly about what she believes really happened. And when Foxy Brown's name started appearing in those conversations, people immediately began wondering if the two artists were quietly linking up behind the scenes. Some fans still believe Foxy has stayed quiet for years because of how powerful certain people are in the industry. But others think Nicki's outspoken personality could change that completely. If the rumors are true and these two rappers are really comparing notes, the situation could get very interesting very fast. And according to the chatter online, if more names start coming up in the story, Lil Kim might find herself pulled back into the conversation too. At this point, the rumors swirling around Nicki Minaj and Foxy Brown have fans watching very closely. People online are convinced something bigger might be brewing behind the scenes. For years, these stories about industry politics, hidden rivalries, and powerful alliances have floated around hip-hop circles. But now it feels like those conversations are getting louder again. What really has people talking is the idea that Nicki and Foxy could finally be on the same page about what happened in their early careers. Both women came into the rap world with huge talent, strong personalities, and massive fan bases. Yet supporters often argue that both of them faced unusual levels of resistance at certain moments in their rise. Nicki has already shown that she isn't afraid to call out what she believes is unfair treatment in the music industry. Over the last few years, she has taken to social media several times to question how power moves happen behind closed doors. Every time she speaks up, it sends shockwaves through the fan community. And that's why the possibility of Foxy Brown stepping into the conversation has people so curious. Foxy has always been much more private compared to Nicki. She rarely jumps into public drama, and when she does speak, it usually grabs attention instantly. Fans remember that Foxy was once one of the most talked about rappers in the late 90s. Her style, confidence, and lyrical presence helped shape the era. Many hip-hop listeners still believe she never got the recognition she truly deserved. So now people are wondering, what if Foxy decides to finally tell her side of the story? That alone would shake up a lot of old narratives that have been repeated for years. Another reason this situation feels intense is because Nicki has made it clear she keeps records and receipts. She has said multiple times that she remembers who supported her and who worked against her. When an artist with that level of influence starts hinting that more information could come out, the industry definitely pays attention. Social media has already started buzzing with theories. Some fans believe Nicki is slowly building toward a bigger reveal. Others think she's simply defending herself after years of criticism and competition. Either way, the conversation has brought Foxy Brown's name back into the spotlight in a major way. People who grew up during the peak of her career are revisiting old interviews, performances, and collaborations, trying to piece together what might have really happened during those early days. And if Nicki and Foxy truly are exchanging stories behind the scenes, this could easily reopen some of the biggest rivalries hip-hop has ever seen. Old feuds, industry alliances, and long-standing rumors might all come back into the public conversation. For now, though, everything remains speculation. Neither Nicki Minaj nor Foxy Brown has officially confirmed any major partnership or reveal. But one thing is clear, fans are paying attention, and the moment either of them decides to speak more directly, the internet is going to explode with reactions. Because in the world of hip-hop drama, when two powerful voices start moving in the same direction, people know something big might be coming next.